Hi shooters, this week on the American Trigger Sports Network, field correspondent Molly Smith is in Parma, Idaho at the MGM Junior Camp. Along with other juniors, she'll be receiving instructions from top shooters such as Phil Strader and Michel. This should be interesting for every shooter, so don't go away.
Hey guys, we're at the Parma Rod and Gun Club, and this time we're here for the MGM Junior Camp, and we're going to be having more experiences with these juniors, learning some intermediate skills. So let's go check it out. It's going to be 103 degrees today, so let's get out there before it gets any warmer.
Trust me, every time you come into position more prepared to shoot, you pick up 0.2 of a second without even doing anything. You know, you're not because you're running faster or shooting faster, but because you're moving more efficiently. And just because the cameras are here, by the way, I'm not afraid to hit a child on the cameras. Because you know what this is, right? Everyone knows what this is? Ye old what? The whacking stick. So if you do something silly, I will whack you in the back of the head with it in front of the cameras. I'm not afraid. This is the Board of Education. And you'll be amazed how better you'll shoot when you're threatened with the whacking stick. Molly knows. She's been at the end of the whacking stick last year. Okay, does everyone feel good? Loosened up? Ready to roll? Good? Let me see your loosened up dance. Let me see. Oh, that's good. Oh, Jay, that's no good. Jay, you look like you having a seizure or something. It's okay. Actually, you all do. That's what makes it fun. You're going to start on the left side of the sticks. Okay, from the left side of the sticks, you can only shoot the left target. From the right side of the sticks, you can only shoot the right target. Since the sticks are so close together, it's going to be a simple one-step movement. So don't get too worried about your footwork, but make sure you're only taking one step. Do as little amount of movement as you have to take that shot. You'll get a whistle. You'll draw, fire 2 shots, bang, bang. All right, you'll wait. That's all you're going to do. You'll get a second whistle. On the second whistle, you're going to drive the gun to the right target. At the same time, you're going to take a step into the position. But you cannot shoot that target until both feet are on the ground. All right, so it'll look kind of like this. I'm going to go slow. Now notice when I took that shot, my foot was almost in. It was like almost touching the ground. And you notice my gun never lowers. My gun never drops. The gun's always up, always on target, and always ready to shoot, especially when I'm this close to the shooting box. Simple, okay? The only way I'm able to shoot so quickly is because I'm staying low, I'm keeping my weight balanced, okay? Now, if you do this drill right, you should be slightly out of breath when you're done. Okay, maybe I'm out of breath because I'm old and out of shape, but you're never really standing up. The biggest mistake we'll see here are kids taking 2 shots and they're aggressively moving over and they do this and take their shots. And then the buzzer goes off, they aggressively move over and they stand up and take their shots, okay? Keep yourself low because remember, you're setting up for a shot. But anytime you're shooting a stage, whenever you set up in a window or a door or a position, you're not only setting up to shoot that position well, but you're also setting up for what? To move on to the next position, okay? If you set yourself up in a bad position, not only off balance, but if you had to move that direction and you got a weird stance, well, now you got to try to find a way to run out of that position quickly, all right? Have you ever seen a lion, like right before it's getting ready to take down an antelope? You see it on National Geographic, what it looks like? It's aggressive, it's crouched down, it's ready to jump, ready to move. Right now, you look like the antelope that's getting ready to get eaten, all right? So slow yourself down, be aggressive, like you're getting ready to run. Like imagine I just dropped a briefcase full of money right there and you got to go get it really quick. So you wouldn't be, you were like, oh, that's $1,000, or you'd be like this, ready to roll. So get yourself in a more aggressive stance. All right, you ready? Guns up. Down, keep going. No, your gun's up, but your leg, there you go. Ready? Step hard, stay down. There you go. Ready? Stay down. Aggressive. There you go. Reload. Quick, quick. Reload. Go on. Quick. Like you're on the clock. Ready? You get the idea? Get yourself set up a little bit wider in your stance. There you go. That's going to give you If you set up wider and put more weight on the outside leg, it's going to give you a stronger push off to the next position. All right, ready? Push off. There you go. That's better. Get forward though, move forward. Oh, that's what I like to see. Ready? Try not to, oh, that's gonna taste good. Try not to break the gun. Keep it up in front of you, okay? You're only taking one step. You should be ready to shoot at any point in there. The part of being set up and being ready to get to the next position is being really balanced. Unfortunately, when you're moving laterally, the only way to keep really balanced is you got to use these muscles out here on the outside of your legs a lot, which means you got to stay wide. I was telling someone earlier, I said, you guys watch the National Geographic Channel, you see lions and tigers and other cats of prey. You know, their crouched, they're ready to jump on a wounded deer or antelope or a baby or whatever. You know, they're getting ready to take care of business. Well, they're not doing it like this. You know, like licking their paws and stuff. They're crouched down, they're like ready to jump. That's kind of what you got to be. You got to be in that position the whole time. Because if you're doing this and it feels comfortable, it's just like this drill we did last year. If it feels comfortable when you're done and you're like, oh, that was fun, it's not supposed to feel that way. It's supposed to hurt a little bit. When you're at the end of it, you're supposed to be able to feel it in your legs. Okay? So it's not supposed to feel great. It's just supposed to be a drill that gets you stronger in your legs. Okay? So I want to see aggressive. I want you to be so aggressive that I'm scared of you when I'm done. I want to feel like that wounded antelope that's getting ready to get killed and have its neck ripped out or something. All right? That's right. Like Molly.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to the MGM Junior Camp.
Time is 12:35. The champion, raise your hand in victory.
Well, now I'm here with Phil Strader, and he is president of USPSA.
That is correct.
And he's also here to help us, all the juniors, with learning some lessons. So can you give us an overview of what you're working with the kids on today?
Today we were doing a drill that worked on their ability to move into positions with their firearms high, get their bodies set up right to prepare themselves better to shoot a stage or stages that may come up in the future better. So they're learning how to set up properly, keeping the gun high, not doing the telltale setting up, keeping the gun low and then pushing it out in front of them. So it's a simple drill. It can be set up anywhere. It can be done with dry fire, no live ammo at all. In this case we were doing it obviously live, but it's an easy drill to set up. So it's a lot of fun.
Tell me about your history with shooting. Where did you start? And
Well, we were using black powder back then, flintlocks. No, it was. I started as a police officer. I was I was a police officer at the age of 22 years old. I just turned 22. I went to an indoor shooting range, and I was a pretty good shot. It just came easy to me, and a guy came out with a flyer. This is before the old World Wide Web, you know, on the computer, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he sent me a flyer, and he gave me some numbers to call, and I just kind of just eased into it. I went to my first match, and I knew that I was going to do this. I knew one day I was going to do this for a living, but it took a long time. My schedule with my police department was really strange, and I didn't get hardly any weekends off. And literally, I joined in 1995. I didn't shoot my first match until 96, and from 96, yeah, 96 to 97, I only shot, I think, three matches. So it was very difficult for me. But in 1997, I went to work in Washington, D.C., where I got a much better schedule, and there was a lot more opportunities to shoot. And I moved there in 97, and by 1999, I was a grandmaster, and by 2000, I was a top-rated one. So,
wow.
Yeah, it didn't take long at that point. Just takes a little time behind the gun, and it can happen.
Well, you didn't have the head start that all the kids here have. You were not a junior when you started. What makes you want to help these crazy kids with doing this?
Well, you know, it's a unique opportunity that I honestly didn't have. But, you know, it's kind of based on, I had an experience with Todd Jarrett. Todd's one of the top shooters that's ever lived. And I was a new shooter. I wasn't a junior, but I had junior skills. I didn't know what I was doing. I was going to matches. I wasn't very confident in my ability. And I went to Todd, and he actually, jokingly in a way, pulled me off to the safety area and told me what I was doing right and wrong. And you know, it had a big influence on me. I had to relearn how to shoot, and I already had to relearn how to hold the gun. But I can attribute a lot of my success to that not even a 3-minute session with Todd. So I thought, well, maybe if I could get a chance to come out here and spend a couple hours with juniors, an opportunity I never had, then what will they do? Maybe they will be the next USPSA president. Maybe they will be the next world champion, or whatever the case may be. So it's just a good opportunity to help juniors. You know, the support for juniors has never been stronger, and it only makes sense for me to come out and kind of help where I can. And I've been told I'm a decent instructor, so it can't hurt.
Once we're on the line, the positions are pretty spread out there, but if you do get a piece of brass that happens to get down your shirt, put the pistol on safe if it has one. Also take your finger outside of the trigger guard and raise your hand, and we'll come just as quickly as we can, and we'll tackle you and rub your face into the dirt and make you forget about that brass. Well, that's not true, but Phil might beat you with a stick anyway. All right, so now we're going to talk about the actual barricade itself. And first thing you'll notice is that each position has a target stand. All right, and this is what I use to simulate barricades. Really easy to set up, so no excuses, right, when you get on the range. It's easy to practice. Now, each position has 2 paper targets directly to your front and a steel target right in the middle. If you have any issues distinguishing which targets are yours, I'll mark the heads if needed. But basically, there's a steel plate directly in front of you and a target to the left and right of that plate. So first thing I want to talk about is, I know you've already received a lot of information on stance, grip, things of that nature. It's highly, highly important that you understand the fundamentals of speed shooting is the stance and the grip. You know, why is it that 5% of the people are winning 95% of the matches? Think about that. 5% of the shooters out there in the world are winning 95% of the matches. It's not because they're lucky, right? It's because they figured out what they needed to work on and how to work on it. And the stance and the grip is a very, very critical thing. From the right-hand side of the barricade, my right foot is forward. From the left-hand side of the barricade, my left foot is forward, okay? And I'll show you why. From the right-hand side of the barricade, again, if my left foot was forward, it'd be hard for me to get the target too, because my shoulders, okay, are now, and my upper body is now squared off to this side of the range, but I need to be shooting over here. So all I'm simply going to do is adjust my stance, right foot, left foot, to come back to this way. And now you notice that my arms, from here to here, I'm increasing my field of view down range by 40 to 50% or 30 to 40% easily. What I'm doing is I'm making the stage and the course of fire easier. That's all I'm doing. Okay, there's a lot of great course designers out there that try to design these crazy things, and it's our job to make them as easy as possible. So it's all about changing your position, getting the center of your body in the direct center of the actual target array. Does that make sense?
We'll be right back. Welcome back to the MGM Junior Camp.
My name is Michel. I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. I started competing around the age of 8 or 9. So I actually got my first rifle when I was 5 years old from my father at my birthday. I don't know how happy my mother was at the time. I have a couple kids, or a few kids now, and I have a boy who's 6 and another boy who's 4. And I can't believe my parents, you know, took me out on the range at 5 years old, but they did, and I'm very thankful that they did. So I got my first rifle at 5 years old, kind of progressed from there. 8 or 9 years old, I started competing. And my father and I, we would literally go to a match, you know, within a 2-hour radius of New Orleans every single weekend. I didn't have this opportunity when I was a junior shooter. We just didn't have a junior camp, and just didn't. That's part of the reason why I'm here, is to help give back to you guys, because we didn't have that. The next thing I want you to think about is bending your knees, getting low to the ground. Because one of the most common things I see is when you come up to the shooting position is it's very easy to extend this leg out, lock your exterior leg, and what happens is when you stand up tall here, this leg isn't tall enough, is it? So now your heels come up off the ground. Then the next thing you want to do is roll over at the waist. I can see the target very easily now, so I can shoot it from here. But give me a few reasons why this might be a bad thing.
You only have 1 foot on the ground.
Only have 1 foot on the ground, leaning back, right? I have no stability. So if I try, I can shoot accurately like this. It'll just take me a whole long time, a very long time to get it done. Okay, if I shoot quickly, I'm gonna be rocking back and I'll be missing the target. So how do we counter that? We wanna get as low as possible, get our knees bent, and keep the gun straight up and down. Because what's gonna happen is the gun's gonna lift in the path of least resistance. So if I'm here from where my elbows are, it's gonna be going away from my body. If I bring that gun straight up in front of me, now I can use my chest, my arms, my biceps, triceps, forearms to kind of keep that gun down before it lifts in recoil. Good recoil management, right? Okay, so again, to counter that, I want to get as low to the ground as possible. So if I'm trying to expose the far left-hand side of the range here from the right-hand side of the barricade, I'm going to shoot target 1, both feet flat on the ground. As I go to target 2, I'm simply going to just drop the weight into my forward leg, and I'm pushing my hips back, okay? I'm not going underneath. If you go from target 1 to underneath to target 2, again, it's not doing you any favors because your momentum is to the rear. I want to put my momentum forward, right? So target 1, 2, and I can go back from target 1 and 2 as much as I want because I can utilize my legs. I have both feet on the ground. I can explode. I can do whatever I like. Okay, does that make sense? Both feet flat on the ground, knees bent, right foot from the right side, left foot from the left side. All right, right side of the barricade, right foot's forward. 4 shots, 2 targets. Ready, stand by. Up. Notice both feet flat on the ground. I didn't lift up my heel to locate the target. I drove my forward leg down, and I pushed my upper body down to locate that target so I can get the weight behind the gun and be able to get the speed I'm looking for while remaining accurate, okay? Now let's try from the other side. This will be a little bit harder for a right-handed shooter. So I want to make sure I get in there deep, get a good enough knee bend to locate that inside target. Ready. Stand by. Up. Okay, again, there's more of a bam, bam, bam. Even more so from this side because as a right-handed shooter, what I'm doing is I'm transitioning to the inside, and this will be different for you, Allie, it'll be complete opposite. As I'm transitioning to that inside target, I have to keep that pistol straight up and down. And to do that, any of you guys drive dirt bikes before? You give it gas, you're like, you really get it going, having fun? Okay, same thing here. When I'm coming around that barricade, I need to crank that wrist in as if I was giving it gas. All right, because what's happening is I'm keeping that pistol straight up and down. So more importantly for you steel-sighted shooters, you need to see that sight lift in a predictable pattern. If it's like this, you have no idea where it's going and when it's coming back. However, if it's here, you'll be able to actually visually inspect that sight lift and come back down to target in a more predictable pattern. And your recoil management will be better as well. Like we talked about, the path of least resistance, the gun's gonna go, right? And if it's coming this way, I can put muscle behind it. This way, I can't stop it. All right, so the last drill that you're gonna be doing, or the last drill I'm gonna show you here, is I'm gonna be going from side to side for a total of 8 shots. I want you to watch my legs and watch how I bring the gun in and out. So I'm in more of a neutral stance. I'm gonna cheat my left foot forward a little bit. Going from side to side here. Ready, stand by. Up. Anytime you're moving or loading or doing something, I call that dead time. Anytime the clock is moving and you're not gathering points, you got to get going. You got to be aggressive. Anytime you're shooting, that's your time to put them in the A zone. All right, here we go. The command's going to be ready, up. On the up command, you're going to draw and fire. Ready, up. Watch that first shot. Give me a little bit more sight picture on that first shot. A slight pause. Get up there quickly and then let it pause. Ready, up. Up. Open up your stance a little bit for me. Bring this foot kind of toward the rear. Bring it a little, there you go. The wider you are, the more aggressive you'll be able to move and the more recoil management that you'll have. Ready, up. See that? Look how high your foot was. Your foot was way higher than my leg. Your foot was this far off the ground. So to do that, just widen your stance and square off more this side of the range, okay? Ready, up. Ready, up. Ready, up. Looking good, guys. It's a privilege to be out here at this camp. I mean, how many people didn't get to come out? So just think about that. You're given an opportunity, okay? You earn an opportunity and you're given that opportunity, but it's what you do with the opportunity that makes it better.
The MGM Junior Camp has come to a close, and I had a fantastic time learning so much, so many new tips and so many things being enforced that's really going to help me in my shooting career. And I had a great time, and I hope you did too. So tune in next week, and thank you for watching. Welcome back to the MGM Junior Camp.
Hi shooters, this week on the American Trigger Sports Network, field correspondent Molly Smith is in Parma, Idaho at the MGM Junior Camp. Along with other juniors, she'll be receiving instructions from top shooters such as Phil Strader and Michel. This should be interesting for every shooter, so don't go away.
Hey Hey guys, we're at the Parmer Rod and Gun Club, and this time we're here for the MGM Junior Camp, and we're going to be having more experiences with these juniors, learning some intermediate skills. So let's go check it out. It's going to be 103 degrees today, so let's get out there before it gets any warmer.
Trust me, every time you come into position more prepared to shoot, you pick up 0.2 of a second without even doing anything. You know, you're not because you're running faster or shooting faster, but because you're moving more efficiently. And just because the cameras are here, by the way, I'm not afraid to hit a child on the cameras. Because you know what this is, right? Everyone knows what this is? Ye old what? The whacking stick. So if you do something silly, I will whack you in the back of the head with it in front of the cameras. I'm not afraid. This is the Board of Education. And you'll be amazed how better you'll shoot when you're threatened with the whacking stick. Molly knows. She's been at the end of the whacking stick last year. Okay, does everyone feel good? Loosened up, ready? Taking 2 shots, and they're aggressively moving over, and they do this. And take their shots. And then the buzzer goes off, they aggressively move over, and they stand up and take their shots. Okay, keep yourself low. Because remember, you're setting up for a shot, but anytime you're shooting a stage, whenever you set up in a window or a door or a position, you're not only setting up to shoot that position well, but you're also setting up for what? To move on to the next position, okay? If you set yourself up in a bad position, not only off balance, but if you had to move that direction and you got a weird stance, well, now you got to try to find a way to run out of that position quickly, all right? Have you ever seen a lion, like right before it's getting ready to take down an antelope? You see it on National Geographic, what it looks like? It's aggressive, it's crouched down, it's ready to jump, ready to move. Right now, you look like the antelope that's getting ready to get eaten, all right? So slow yourself down, be aggressive, like you're getting ready to run. Like imagine I just dropped a briefcase full of money right there and you got to go get it really quick. So you wouldn't be, you'd be like, oh, that's $1,000, or you'd be like this, ready to roll. So get yourself in a more aggressive stance. All right, you ready? Guns up. Down, keep going. No, your gun's up, but your leg, there you go. Ready? Step hard, stay down, there you go. Ready? Stay down, aggressive. There you go. Reload, quick, quick. Reload, go on, quick, like you're on the clock. Ready? You get the idea? Get yourself set up a little bit wider in your stance. There you go. That's gonna give you, if you set up wider and put more weight on the outside leg, it's gonna give you a stronger push off to the next position. All right, ready? Push off, there you go. Roll, good. Let me see your loosened up dance, let me see. Oh, that's good. Oh, Jay, that's no good. Jay, you look like you having a seizure or something. It's okay. Actually, you all do. That's what makes it fun. You're going to start on the left side of the sticks. Okay, from the left side of the sticks, you can only shoot the left target. From the right side of the sticks, you can only shoot the right target. Since the sticks are so close together, it's going to be a simple one-step movement. So don't get too worried about your footwork, but make sure you're only taking one step. Do as little amount of movement as you have to take that shot. You'll get a whistle. You'll draw, fire 2 shots, bang, bang. All right, you'll wait. That's all you're gonna do. You'll get a second whistle. On the second whistle, you're gonna drive the gun to the right target. At the same time, you're gonna take a step into the position. But you cannot shoot that target until both feet are on the ground. All right, so it'll look kind of like this. I'm gonna go slow. Now notice when I took that shot, my foot was almost in. It was like almost touching the ground. And you notice my gun never lowers. My gun never drops. The gun's always up, always on target, and always ready to shoot, especially when I'm this close to the shooting box. Simple, okay? The only way I'm able to shoot so quickly is because I'm staying low, I'm keeping my weight balanced, okay? Now, if you do this drill right, you should be slightly out of breath when you're done. Okay, maybe I'm out of breath because I'm old and out of shape, but you're never really standing up. The biggest mistake we'll see here are kids going, that's better. Get forward then, move forward. Oh, that's what I like to see. Ready? Try not to, oh, that's gonna taste good. Try not to break the gun. Keep it up in front of you, okay? You're only taking one step. You should be ready to shoot at any point in there. the part of being set up and being ready to get to the next position is being really balanced. Unfortunately, when you're moving laterally, the only way to keep really balanced is you got to use these muscles out here on the outside of your legs a lot, which means you got to stay wide. I was telling someone earlier, I said, you guys watch the National Geographic Channel, you see lions and tigers and other cats of prey. You know, they're crouched, they're ready to jump on a wounded deer or antelope or a baby or whatever. You know, they're getting ready to take care of business. Well, they're not doing it like this. You know, like licking their paws and stuff. They're crouched down, they're like ready to jump. That's kind of what you got to be. You got to be in that position the whole time. Because if you're doing this and it feels comfortable, it's just like this drill we did last year. If it feels comfortable when you're done and you're like, oh, that was fun, it's not supposed to feel that way. It's supposed to hurt a little bit. When you're at the end of it, you're supposed to be able to feel it in your legs. Okay? So it's not supposed to feel great. It's just supposed to be a drill that gets you stronger in your legs. Okay? So I want to see aggressive. I want you to be so aggressive that I'm scared of you when I'm done. I want to feel like that wounded antelope that's getting ready to get killed and have its neck ripped out or something. All right? That's right. Like Molly.
We'll be right back.